unsolicited advice, secrets, and questions. According to Thursday, September 11 spoilers for The Young and the Restless, there will be some significant events in Genoa City. A character gives her adversary some uninvited advice, someone has a ton of questions, and someone else unsolicited advice, secrets, and questions. From Thursday's performance? According to Thursday, it's time to find September 11 spoilers for The Young and the Restless, there will be some significant events in Genoa City. A character gives her adversary some uninvited advice, someone has a ton of questions, and someone else reveals a secret. What can we expect from Thursday's performance? It's time to find out. Jack Abbott will ask Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, a lot of questions according to Thursday. And September 11th teasers for The Young and the Restless. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, will ask Billy Abbott a lot of questions, most likely related to the Abbott Communications launch. Given that Jack be sure to check out our weekly YNR spoilers here. What justification Kane Ashby, offer him for Billy Flynn, canceled the big party, and it now appears that Abbott Communications may not happen because Kane has other AI plans for Billy, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. Given that Jack supported Abbott Communications, what justification will Billy offer him for scrapping the entire concept? It doesn't get any bigger than Speaking of unsolicited advice, Phyllis Summers will offer Sally some unwelcome counsel. Will these words of advice, however, be genuine? Or is Phyllis using her years of expertise to make Sally feel like a tiny fish in a large pond? It doesn't get any bigger than working with the Aristotle Dumas, so Sally might feel out of her element. Read this. Nick Newman, The Young and the Restless head writer previews Noah's deadly noir storyline with new characters. Does this have anything to do with Kane's Red can advise Sally to avoid involvement if she doesn't want to be involved and doesn't want Billy to get involved. Finally, according to Thursday's spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, will reveal a secret to Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. Does this have anything to do with Kane's AI plan? Is going to get back together. So might Nick's secret be his emotions for Sharon? To discover out, fans will need to tune in. Which plot point in Thursday's program are you most excited about? For the finest Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, watch your favorite CBS serial opera every day and frequently visit SOS. Amanda's immediate return. When will Morgan return? According to previews on The Young and the Restless, YNR, Legal was Amanda Sinclair is back at GC to work on Kane Ashby's Billy Flynn pressing issue. Morgan returns to the airwaves. YNR fans who were hopeful that we hadn't seen the last Amanda following the Paris disaster are in luck. Let's examine what pulls Amanda back and how long she might be in town. Did you not believe Victor would lose without a fight? August 29th, their favorite YNR character will make a comeback on television. Is there a hint of a thrilling Friday cliffhanger? Amanda has returned for a unique task that may be related to the blackmail scheme of Victor Newman, Eric Brayton. Did you not believe Victor would lose without a fight? Victor pulls a quick one. Victor has acquired the final will and testament of the affluent elderly woman who possessed the vineyard and chateau that Kane currently owns. She was Colin Atkinson's Tristan Rogers' last mark, according to Victor. Colin appears to have defrauded this woman of everything she owned before using illicit funds to assist Kane in creating his empire. But Kane has consistently insisted that he earned his fortune in a morally upright manner. However, unless Kane joins him and pursues Jabot, Victor threatens to reveal this information. Will Kane give up? Kane anticipates that his attorney would gloss over everything, but if Victor's allegations are accurate, Kane will want to keep Victor quiet. In retaliation against Victor, he can have Amanda dig up Newman dirt or threaten to sue. However, Kane's antics rarely take a predictable course. It is entirely possible that Kane planted this evidence in an attempt to trap Victor. Victor has seen directly how unctuous and slimy Kane has become. He was among the numerous visitors to Kane's chateau who were imprisoned there while 3 others perished. Tell us what you think. Victor is undoubtedly seeking retribution for this subpar treatment. What takes place in Genoa City next? Kane needs Amanda's support to complete whatever he is working on. However, is she putting herself in a risky position where she might be asked to do something immoral? Tell us what you think, fans of YNR. Make sure to keep up with all of the current events on The Young and the Restless. For the most recent YNR news, spoilers, and updates, return frequently. hit a wall. Sit back and enjoy the greatest soap opera information available online. Victor is the owner of the cane that Amanda snitches on in the weeds. According to Tuesday, September 2nd spoilers for The Young and the Restless. YNR, Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman, Haley Aaron, hit a wall while Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, dances to Victor Newman's Eric Braeden violin. Claire is staring at Kyle as he kneels with his ring box at the Abbott estate. Is she giddy with anticipation? Nope. She's P*******, warnings against that Kyle had the audacity to pop the question after playing around with Audra Charles. Claire's reaction was not what Kyle had anticipated. She is furious that Kyle disregarded her advice to take her time and think over all that occurred in Nice. Instead, despite his parents' warnings against such haste, Kyle has jumped the gun and wants to marry her. Kyle's plan burns and smashes in front of his bewildered eyes, and you might be surprised by what he does next. Victor blackmails Kane in the meantime. Victor reminds Kane that he has records proving that shady money was used to build his enterprise. With Victor at his side, Kane has little choice but to follow him for the time being. What is Victor's desire? Kane then joined him in destroying Jabot. Kane accepts the plan, but he is also pursuing his own goals in the meantime. Will Victor accept that Kane has so readily abandoned his plan to dominate Genoa City? Kane believes he has tricked the master, but we believe Victor has everything he needs. What comes next in Wisconsin's Genoa City? In another scene, Amanda Sinclair helps Phyllis Summers. We don't know why, but Amanda still views Phyllis as a friend. Everything changes on Tuesday when Amanda takes a risk for Phyllis. Will Amanda reveal that Kane told her and Jason Thompson's character Billy Abbott that he was resigning from his position of dominance over the world? Perhaps the most pertinent question is, what will Kane do if he finds out that Amanda is telling the truth to Phyllis? How do you feel about the Kane tale as it has been presented thus far? Please share your opinions in the comments area. Make sure to keep up with all of the current events on The Young and the Restless. Obtain comfortable and obtain the best soap intel on the internet by returning frequently for Young and the Restless. Young and the Restless spoilers, YNR and soap spoilers. The future of Nate and Audra is hinted at by the executive producer and head writer of The Young and the Restless. Tell the truth when all else fails. When Audra Charles admitted to being in bed, metaphorically, with Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless, she undoubtedly adopted that position. Audra stated that although she wouldn't have pursued Kyle to the end, she didn't intend to damage his reputation in order to secure funds for curtains for Audra and Nate on The Young and the Restless. Josh Griffith, YNR's head writer and executive producer, recently spoke with TV Insider about the future of Nate, Sean Dominic, and Audra. Nate was hurt to hear about Audra's betrayal on The Young and the Restless image. CBS. The scribe notes that although Audra desires another chance, Nate will find it extremely challenging to provide her one. It's important to remember that Audra lied for weeks before she ultimately came clean and told the truth. While Audra may refer to it as an omission of truth, Nate probably believes that lying is the same as not being honest. Audra and Nate have been at odds since she lost them. She was prepared to fight with an inebriated Claire, Haley Aaron, at Society, and if Holden Nathan Owens hadn't stepped in, they probably would have fought. Audra Charles, who is just remarkable. Audra is the best at regrouping, so don't be shocked if she reunites with Nate, Sean Dominic, on The Young and the Restless image. JPI. She has even gained the respect of Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, for her perseverance and capacity to turn failure into victory. According to Griffith, Audra doesn't allow herself to feel sorry for herself for very long. As the song goes, she'll shrug it off and tell herself it's time to find another way. Recently, Soap Central conjectured that Audra might become the next Mrs. Newman if she managed to marry into that family. Maybe that will happen now that her ex-boyfriend Noah Newman Lucas Adams is returning to town. Griffith pointed out that there is a past between Audra and Noah, but Audra's reunion with Noah may have to wait until the conclusion of the Los Angeles set plotline he's in. Will Nate reconsider and offer Audra another chance? Watch The Space to find out. On weekdays, watch brand new episodes of The Young and The Restless on Paramount Plus and CBS.
With Jack Abba demanding
Thursday,
answers he
September
believes he
11
is due.
spoilers for the young and The Restless promise the kind of complex narrative that devoted Genoa City viewers have come to expect.
Something that could
Intense inquiries, hints of secrets, and the kind of uninvited counsel that is as enlightening as it is painful. With Jack Abba demanding answers he believes he is due, and Phyllis Summers taking on her well-known role as mentor and meddler in equal measure, and Nick Newman revealing something that could permanently alter the course of his renewed relationship with Sharon. The day is slated to unfold like a chess match. Subtext, unspoken anxieties, covert plans, and the kind of emotional baggage that these characters have carried for years is just as much a part of the show as the conversation. The actors are able to delve deeply into their characters' past when The Young and The Restless centers an episode around interpersonal conflict rather than physical action, which serves as a reminder of why these relationships are so important to fans. The topic of Thursday's show will be choices. What information is made public, what counsel is followed, and which secrets are too risky to remain a secret any longer. The first plot point that grabs attention is Jack Abbott's. According to spoilers, Jack has a growing list of inquiries for Billy, his younger brother. As every Abbott fan is aware, when Jack appears worried but impatient, treachery is likely to be imminent. The fate of Abbott Communications, the ambitious enterprise that Jack thought would help fortify the Abbott family's legacy and finally provide Billy a respectable career purpose, is the main source of their friction. Jack is more than just a token supporter. He invested his time, money, and reputation in Billy's cause. Jack saw Abbott Communications as more than just a company. It was a representation of Abbott cohesion and an opportunity to reclaim their position in a market dominated by Chancellor Winters and Newman Enterprises. However, Billy has pulled the plug, or at least let Kane Ashby throw a huge wrench in the works, as spoilers indicate. The disappointment strikes Jack on several levels. Why call off the celebration that was meant to kick off this new endeavor? Why let Kane have any say in a project that Abbott was supposed to be the driving force behind? The true question is whether Billy has any answers that may appease his brother's insatiable demand for openness. Yet Jack demands answers. Naturally, Billy is accustomed to disappointing Jack. Billy has been alternating between genius and self-destruction for years, and each time Jack thinks he has made headway, something or someone thwarts his plans. In this instance, Billy has been enticed away from Abbott Communications by Kane Ashby and his grandiose AI proposal, leading Jack to wonder if Billy is once more sacrificing familial loyalty in favor of momentary thrills. Even though Kane's idea of incorporating Phyllis Summers and Sally Spectra into an AI-driven company is progressive, Jack probably finds it offensive, opportunistic, and risky. Billy appears willing to abandon the family name in favor of a plan that puts him in Kane's shadow, despite Abbott Communications' obligation to uphold it. As Jack doubts Billy's judgment, Billy becomes agitated under Jack's inspection, and both men realize that the Abbott relationship is once again stretched. Jack's queries on Thursday are likely to reveal not only business stress, but also emotional wounds. Phyllis Summers, a woman who enjoys stirring things up while pretending to provide advice, enters this Abbott-tense environment. According to Thursday's previews, Phyllis and Sally Spectra will speak, and the conversation will be filled with unwanted advice. The spoilers are purposefully worded such that Phyllis is not merely offering counsel, but rather guidance that Sally has neither requested nor necessarily desired. For Phyllis, this does not seem unusual. She has long viewed herself as a mentor, especially to younger women who are like her in that they are aspirational, astute, and prepared to break the rules in order to achieve. However, Sally has never been the kind to put up with being treated like a rookie, and there is always a thin line between mentorship and condescending. With references to her years of conflicts with individuals like Victor Newman, Jack Abbott, and even Diane Jenkins, Phyllis's
But
remarks
Sally
are
is
probably
no
brimming
pushover.
with experience.
From her turbulent
though
time
she
in
may
Los
disguise her
Angeles
counsel
to
as
her
caution,
reinvention in Genoa
implying
City,
that Sally
she
is
has
over her
endured
head
her
with
own
the
wars
Aristotle
despite
Dumas
being
project.
younger and
She is
less
actually using
experienced.
a well-known
Sally
Phyllis
views
strategy,
Phyllis's
reminding
unsolicited
people that
advice
she has
as more
always
of a
survived
challenge
in
than a
Genoa
gift.
City's Shark Tank.
Does she interpret the
But Sally
suggestion
is
as
no
sincere
pushover.
concern and
From her
take it at
turbulent
face
time
value?
in Los
Or
Angeles
does
to
she
her
see it
reinvention
as
in
just
Genoa
another way
City,
Phyllis
she
is
has
trying to
endured her
remind
own
of her
wars
position
despite
in the
being
hierarchy
younger
of strong
and
women
less experienced.
and establish her
Sally
dominance?
views Phyllis's
Sally's
unsolicited
answer will
advice as
influence
more
not
of a
only how
challenge
she
than a
and
gift.
Phyllis interact,
Does she interpret the
but also how
suggestion
she
as
develops
sincere concern and take it at face value, or does she see it as just another way Phyllis is trying to remind her of her position in the hierarchy of strong women and establish her dominance? Sally's answer will influence not only how she and Phyllis interact, but also how she develops professionally. Another long-standing feud that is reminiscent of Phyllis's previous conflicts with women who dared to compete with her could erupt if she becomes agitated. Maybe Sally learns a lesson from the advice that will help her steer clear of problems when working with Billy and Kane. In any case, Thursday's event won't be a filler. Rather, it will be a confrontation between redheads that represents ambition throughout generations. Nick Newman, a character who has spent decades vacillating between loyalty to his lovers, obligation to his family, and his own restless quest for peace, is the subject of the last significant spoiler for Thursday's episode. This day, Nick will let go of his burden by telling Sharon a secret.
The more profound
Intriguingly
and
ambiguous spoiler
interpretation
alert.
is that the
What sort of secret and why Sharon? Despite his reluctance to return to the corporate battlefield, Nick has become more and more involved in business maneuvers, leading to quick concern that it may be related to Kane's AI scheme. However, the more profound and sentimental interpretation is that the secret is private, possibly a declaration of unresolved affections for Sharon. Despite the fact that tragedy, treachery, and life have constantly torn them apart, fans are aware that the relationship between Nick and Sharon is still one of the show's most enduring love tales. Given their recent resurgence of intimacy, Nick's secret might be the key to rekindling their romance. The issue then becomes whether Nick is ready for the fallout from acknowledging that his heart has never really let go, and whether Sharon is ready to hear it. Beyond the spoilers for Thursday, Genoa City's larger landscape is changing. The timing of Amanda Sinclair's return is ideal for further stirring the boil. Amanda returns to town on a mission related to Kane Ashby's most recent machinations, while Morgan plays the same role. This is both exciting and challenging for viewers, since Amanda provides intelligence, legal knowledge, and a moral compass that is frequently called into question by the people she surrounds herself with. This time, her task might be closely related to Victor Newman's most recent blackmail scheme. Victor has uncovered damaging evidence on Kane's wealth, asserting that it was based on the illicit profits of Colin Atkinson's last scam. If accurate, it puts Kane in a precarious situation where he must either comply with Victor's demands or face possible public backlash that might destroy his empire. Amanda's participation implies that Kane is unwilling to back down in silence. Instead, he seeks strategic cover, legal wrangling, and possibly even a counteroffensive against Victor. However, by siding with Kane, Amanda runs the risk of becoming entangled in a morally ambiguous conflict where allegiance and truth are ever-changing. One of the main themes of The Young and the Restless is power and its effects, which is shown by Victor's action against Kane. Victor has a lengthy memory and a lot of resentment. Therefore, he is not satisfied to leave the past be the past. It is difficult to forget Kane's previous transgressions, such as the notorious event at a chateau where several people perished. As a result, Victor's blackmail seems more like a planned kind of justice than opportunism. However, justice is rarely clear in the Newman universe. Kane is but another pawn in Victor's fight against Jack Abbott, and Jabot is his eternal aim and endgame. Kane may buy time by caving in to Victor's demands, but he will never be safe. Kane is aware that once you strike a bargain with the devil, you are never really free, and Victor plays long games. The emotional stakes are maintained by the way the business drama and romance subplots are interwoven.
To manipulation.
Another lesson in
This
hurrying into
subplot gives the
commitments
main
when
story more
unresolved
depth
baggage
by
looms is
illustrating
Kyle
how
Abbott's
unresolved
poorly
betrayals
timed
and
proposal
unhealed
to Claire
wounds
Newman.
may cause
Kyle's
personal
tone-deaf
decisions to crumble.
proposal of marriage,
Rejection is
while
powerful
still
for
embroiled
Claire,
in drama,
but
with Audra
humiliating
Charles
for Kyle.
infuriated Claire,
However,
highlighting her
the consequences will
independence
affect the
and
Abbott family as a
resistance
whole,
to manipulation.
adding to Jack's
This
annoyance
subplot gives
and
the main
reiterating
story
the
more
episode's
depth by
theme from
illustrating
Thursday.
how unresolved
Unsolved
betrayals
questions
and
can erode
unhealed
trust.
wounds may
The
cause
threads start
personal
to come
decisions to
together
crumble.
as the show
Rejection
comes to
is
a close.
powerful for Claire,
Jack's questioning
but
of Billy
humiliating
serves
for
as a
Kyle.
reminder of the peril
However,
of
the
misguided
consequences
trust.
will affect the
Phyllis's
Abbott family as a
counsel to
whole,
Sally
adding to
serves as
Jack's
an example
annoyance
of how
and reiterating the
intelligence may
episode's
pass
theme from
as
Thursday.
deceit. The
Unsolved
distinction
questions
between
can
danger
erode
and
trust.
vulnerability is
The
hinted
threads
at
start
in
to come
Nick's secret
together
to
as the
Sharon.
show comes to a
Additionally,
close.
Amanda's
Jack's
return
questioning
suggests
of Billy
that the struggles
serves as a
ahead will
reminder of
involve
the
morality,
peril of misguided
loyalty,
trust.
and survival.
Phyllis's
in addition
counsel
to
to
business.
Sally serves as
Nothing
an
exists
example
in
of how
isolation
intelligence
in a
may
well-written
pass
YNR
as deceit.
episode, which
The
is its
distinction
beauty.
between
Every
danger
discussion
and vulnerability
foreshadows
is
the
hinted
next
at in
turn,
Nick's secret
and
to
every
Sharon.
discovery both
Additionally,
echoes the past
Amanda's return
and lays the
suggests that the
foundation
struggles
for the
ahead
future.
will involve
A
morality,
microcosm of what keeps the
loyalty,
young
and
the
survival in
restless
addition
going
to
strong
business.
after decades
Nothing
of
exists in
broadcasting.
isolation in a
Thursday,
well-written
September
YNR
11th,
episode,
is more than
which is
just
its
another
beauty.
day in
Every
Genoa
discussion
City.
foreshadows the
A
next
tapestry that is
turn,
both familiar
and every
and
discovery
novel
both
is created
echoes
by
the
the
past
interaction of
and lays
sexual
the
tension,
foundation for the
business
future.
intrigue,
A
personal
microcosm of
betrayal,
what keeps the
and
young
family
and the
loyalty.
restless going
Fans
strong
stay
after
for the
decades of
surprises,
broadcasting.
the secrets that are
Thursday,
exposed,
September
the
11th,
counsel that
is more than
backfires,
just
the
another day
questions
in
that lead
Genoa
to
City.
unexpected
A
answers.
tapestry that
But
is
also
both
tune in
familiar
for the
and
comfort
novel
of
is
characters
created by
they
the
have known for
interaction of
years.
sexual tension,
Viewers will be talking
business
about
intrigue,
what happened
personal
and
betrayal,
what it means for tomorrow
and family
by the time
loyalty.
the credits have rolled.
Fans stay for the
Will
surprises,
Jack and Billy be
the
able
secrets
to
that are
work things
exposed,
out, or
the
will they
counsel that
continue to argue?
backfires, the
Will
questions
Sally
that
follow
lead to
Phyllis's
unexpected
advice
answers,
or not?
but
Will
also
Sharon
tune in for the
remind Nick of
comfort
his
of
past
characters
hurt
they
or
have known
accept
for
his
years.
confession?
Viewers
Above
will be
all,
talking about
will
what
Victor's
happened
blackmail
and
put
what it
Kane
means
in a
for tomorrow
difficult
by the
situation
time the
from which he
credits have
cannot
rolled.
get out?
Will
Or
Jack
will
and
Kane
Billy
manage
be
to
able to work
reverse the
things out,
situation?
or
The
will they
audience is
continue to
prepared.
argue?
The pieces
Will
are
Sally
moving,
follow
and the
Phyllis's
stage is
advice
set.
or not?
Unsolicited
Will Sharon
advice
remind
is
Nick
never
of his
just
past
advice
hurts
in
or
Genoa
accept
City.
his confession?
It is a
Above
declaration
all,
of war.
will Victor's
Questions
blackmail
always
put
result
Kane
in
in a difficult
secrets,
situation
and
from which he
secrets
cannot get
always
out,
lead to
or
power
will Kane
conflicts.
manage to reverse the situation? The audience is prepared, the pieces are moving, and the stage is set. Unsolicited advice is never just advice in Genoa City. It is a declaration of war. Questions always result in secrets, and secrets always lead to power conflicts.